Smart dust, RFID chips, and the mark of the beast? As I sit here and take in all of the news from every direction, all I see is deceivers, liars, corporate media, cover-ups, agenda, all pushing the same propaganda. It's time for a game changer, a visionary, an innovative person who changes the way that people think of the situations. It's time for Game Changer TV, telling it like it is. Get in the game. I am so far behind in videos. I literally have close to 50 videos on the drawing board. So much to get into. Thank you for tuning into Game Changer TV. I'm your host, Terri Lynn, and this is the channel where every day we're telling it like it is. Today is July 19th, 2026, and let's get into smart dust, RFID chips, and the mark of the beast. Here comes smart dust, the tiny computers that pull power from the air. A world covered in sensors that don't require batteries is near at hand. Smart dust, a new emerging technology. The main reason behind the concept of smart dust was to make a bigger point about the significance of innovation. It has remarkable potential for presenting what is necessary for a computer to be able to fit on the nail of a finger. What is smart dust? And so they're going to downplay it in this answer. Smart dust refers to a theoretical swarm of microscopic wireless sensors, each about the size of a grain of sand, that can float in the air or be deployed across an environment. Often called motes, these tiny devices combine sensors, computing circuits, wireless communication, and an autonomous power supply to collect and transmit data in real time. Is smart dust real? Yes, smart dust is real, though it functions more like a microscopic Internet of Things sensors than a magical floating swarm.
World where wireless devices are as small as a grain of salt. These miniaturized devices have sensors, cameras, and communication mechanisms to transmit the data they collect back to a base in order to process. Today, you no longer have to imagine it. Microelectromechanical systems, MEMS, often called motes, are real, and they very well could be coming to a neighborhood near you. Whether this fact excites or strikes fear in you, it's good to know what it's all about. What can smart dust do? Outfitted with miniature sensors, MEMS can detect everything from light to vibrations to temperature. With an incredible amount of power packed into its small size, MEMS combines sensing, an autonomous power supply, computing, and wireless communication in a space that is typically only a few millimeters in volume. With such a small size, these devices can stay suspended in an environment just like a particle of dust. They can 3D printing on the microscale, since the components that make up these devices are 3D printed as one piece on a commercially available 3D printer. An incredible amount of complexity can be handled, and some previous manufacturing barriers that restricted how small you can make things were overcome. The optical lenses that are created for these miniaturized sensors can achieve the finest quality images. Practical applications of smart dust. The potential of smart dust to collect information about any environment in incredible detail could impact plenty of things in a variety of industries, from safety to compliance to productivity. It's like multiplying
Compliance.
a variety of industries from safety to compliance to productivity. It's like multiplying the Internet of Things technology millions or billions of times over. Here are just some of the ways it might be used. Disadvantages of smart dust. There are still plenty of concerns with wide-scale adoption of smart dust that need to be sorted out. Here are a few disadvantages of smart dust. Many that have reservations about the real-world implications of smart dust are concerned about privacy issues. Since smart dust devices are miniature sensors, they can record anything that they are programmed to record. Since they are so small, they are difficult to detect. Your imagination can run wild regarding the negative privacy implications when smart dust falls into the wrong hands. Once billions of smart dust devices are deployed over an area, it would be difficult to retrieve or capture them if necessary. Given how small they are, it would be challenging to detect them if you weren't made aware of their presence. The volume of smart dust that could be engaged by a rogue individual, company or government to do harm would make it challenging for the authorities to control if necessary. As with any new technology, the cost to implement a smart dust system that includes the satellites and other elements required for full implementation is high. Until costs come down, it will be technology out of reach for many.
This was 5 years ago. Wait till you see this. Smart dust, how it will impact the future. How will it impact the future? Are y'all ready for this? Smart dust is mostly associated with the Internet of Things, and it is said to revolutionize the world. Wise people often remark such unique situations as bigger things coming in small packages. In this case, it's literally true, as smart dust, also known as neural dust, is already set to revolutionize the world as we know it. Now, are y'all ready to see one of the ways that smart dust will impact our lives? Wells Fargo patent describes smart dust for biometric payment verification. How do you feel about the future of biometric payment verification used on humans for banking purposes? There's an active U.S. patent assigned to Wells Fargo that describes smart dust that can be released, suspended in the air, and used to collect data for identity authentication during payments. What else can they do? From MIT, some of the smartest people. How smart dust could spy on your brain. The real time, and Wells Fargo has a patent for this for banking. The real-time monitoring of brain function has advanced in leaps and bounds in recent years. That's largely thanks to various new technologies that can monitor and collect the behavior of groups of neurons, such as functional magnetic resonance imaging. This work is revolutionizing our understanding of the way the brain is structured and behaves. The neural dust system is tetherless. The data is collected and stored outside the body for later analysis. How can it get into the environment? Can smart dust be released in fog? Yes, smart dust can be released in fog, but the high moisture environment presents significant engineering challenges. In theory, smart dust motes are designed to be suspended in the air and float like dust or pollen. Releasing them in foggy environments poses significant operational trade-offs. Now, Wikipedia said that smart dust was theoretical, and we proved that it was true. And this says it would not be the optimal way to release smart dust. But y'all remember a couple of years ago, all the strange fog? Y'all remember that?
Ever since we've had this fog show up all around the world, people have been experiencing some strange things. I'm going to tell you what I think it is. I have ChatGPT here. I'm going to show you in one take, no edits. Let's see. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How can I help?
Explain to me with a little bit of detail what smart dust is.
Smart dust consists of tiny wireless sensors, each as small as a grain of sand. These sensors can detect and measure environmental conditions such as temperature, light, vibration, or chemicals. They communicate wirelessly and can work together to gather and transmit data, often in real time. This makes them useful for applications in fields like environmental monitoring, industrial automation, and even military surveillance.
So if the military wanted to use this to collect data from civilians or anything they really wanted, they could do that?
Yes, the military could use smart dust for data collection, including surveillance. The technology's small size and wireless capabilities make it versatile for various applications, including monitoring environments discreetly. However, the use of such technology would be subject to legal and ethical considerations.
What is smart dust? DARPA conspiracy theory surrounding abnormal fog enveloping the globe intensifies.
Look up IEEE, Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. Write down 802.15.6. You know what that number is? That's the network code. That's y'all code that they tap into. 802.154, 802.155, and 802.156. They adhere to you using smart dust. Chemtrails. Any of y'all got cars? It's a clear day. You look at your windshield. You're like, what's all this stuff on my windshield? It won't come off. They adhere to you using smart dust and proceed to electrify the air molecules, conjuring a wireless sensor network. Networks of spatially dispersed and dedicated sensors are formed, and in a surprising twist, the towers aren't managing the networks. Your DNA is. Thanks to the enigmatic power of optogenetics. Look at the diagram. People don't have it.
A patent granted back in 2022 to Wells Fargo for invisible smart dust that could be deployed on customers at ATMs, granting them the ability to read your biometrics as well as your shopping habits, basically everything about you.
It's a project first dreamed up by the military to get information from the battlefield.
They call it smart dust, and the new technology may soon make it possible to keep track of anything, anywhere, including you.
Smart dust originated with DARPA back in the 90s. This powder-sized chip is something called the Mu chip from Hitachi. It's the smallest commercially available RFID system in the world. You can literally scatter this stuff like dust or embed it into a sheet of paper. It doesn't require a battery. Flecks of computing power settling on your skin, ingested, monitoring you inside and out.
The nanoparticles are designed to go under the radar of the immune system, and so they are undetected in the body.
We have computing everywhere, we have connectivity everywhere, we have infrastructure that can compute those with new capabilities.
But in the future, every square inch of every city will be alive with intelligence. Because every street and every building will have a network of microcomputers built right into them. Dr. Chris Piester calls it smart dust.
A smart dust particle, or mote, is a wireless sensor with sensing, computation, communication, and power in one package.
These all-in-one microcomputers will be small, very small.
The size of a mote today is about the size of a grain of rice. And we've shown that we can make the circuitry small enough and light enough that eventually it will be possible to make things that are on a sub-millimeter size scale.
Tiny specks of computer smart dust will form a vast invisible network that can help manage the infrastructure of even the largest city.
Smart cities in the future will take this low power, inexpensive, small technology and basically distribute it everywhere.
But smart dust will also allow buildings and streets to recognize you and respond accordingly.
I think increasingly the environment will respond to who we are and adapt in consequence.
The city will know where you are if you want it to.
Your workplace will know you. Smart dust at the entrance will boot up your computer. And smart dust embedded in the elevator doors will automatically ring your floor.
In SensorNet.
And here we are in banking. And Wells Fargo patent describes smart dust for biometric payment verification.
Texting in Claude, Wells Fargo made an AI smart dust. It's little particles in the air that collects biometrics, hearts, temperature, motions, audio, opticals, and a lot more just to authenticate your payment.
And they just patented it. And that's not the scariest part. In fact, it has facial recognition, psychological measurements, and everything to do with your body, even your thoughts. And it gets a little bit scary because there's no limits at this point. In fact, it was officially patented. Applicant, Wells Fargo. You should be scared. These little particles get tagged on you and essentially track you from anything internally and externally. Nothing's private anymore and get sent to their servers. And you know what? Apple did something similar as well, but for their earbuds.
I like this and I wanted to put it in this video. Privacy will die due to smart dust. You're constipated, it's going to send it to your doctor. You're doing something that elevates your heart rate, it's going to send it to your doctor. Everything you're doing throughout the day, the government, healthcare, banks, everybody is going to know what's going on wherever you're at. Okay. Privacy will die to smart dust. Smart dust sensors the size of dust motes will eventually monitor the entire planet's environment and population in real time. In real time. Smart dust, utility fog, and virtual people. The future of programmable matter. The Great Transhumanism Reset. Smart dust, spying on your brain, and human microchipping. Smart dust and human microchipping. Part of transhumanism. The merging of machines is with the merging of humans with machines is being used to advance the globalist interest and reshape humanity and gain complete control over every aspect of our lives. Smart dust DNA. Next generation physical asset authentication, a globally patented randomized micro RFID array creating unclonable digital identity for any physical object. Securing the future of 5G smart dust, optimizing cryptographic algorithms for ultra-low SWAP energy harvesting devices. I'm going to leave y'all a link to this. It's 53 minutes, but it just explains how the whole process works from a technical point of view. From Berkeley News, sprinkling of neural dust, smart dust, opens door to electroceuticals, wireless, implantable sensors the size of a grain of sand could have wide use in body monitoring and bioelectronics. A lightweight blockchain scheme for a secure smart dust Internet of Things environment. How smart dust could be used to monitor human thought. Y'all remember at the beginning of the video, we talked about smart dust could be used for compliance? They're sprinkling this everywhere. And it's not just limited to the United States having this technology. Foreign governments could have it. If you're anti-Semitic, smart dust could identify you. If you're pro-Jesus, anti-government, it could identify your thoughts. Nanotechnology is monitoring you. Microscopic smart dust sensors are set to revolutionize a range of sectors. Networks of tiny sensors known as smart dust are on the cusp of reinventing the Internet of Things. These devices will unlock unprecedented levels of data collection, but their development unearths important security questions. Yes or no? Can smart dust help merge man and machine? Transhumanism. Yes. Microscopic networks of sensors, often called neural dust in a medical context, could act as a direct brain-computer interface by floating through the bloodstream or attaching to nerves. These tiny machines can read biological signals, transmit them to computers, and essentially blur the line between human biology and digital technology. Could RFID implantable chips work in support with smart dust? Yes, implantable RFID chips can serve as a data hub. He causeth all to receive a mark in the right hand or in the forehead. Implantable RFID chips can serve as a data hub or communication relay for smart dust networks. While smart dust particles, motes, are tiny, they can transmit short range data to an implanted RFID chip, which then uses stronger signals like NFC to send aggregated data outside the body. Smart dust from NIH. Smart dust self-assembling. Have we been hearing about something that's self-assembled? Smart dust self-assembling, self-orientating photonic crystals of porous Si. Self-assembling. Can smart dust be used in transhumanism? That's their goal. The lie of the devil, ye shall be like God. And the goal of transhumanism is to make mankind to be like God and to be immortal, to attain eternal life. But the Bible says no man comes to the Father but by me. Jesus Christ is the way to eternal life. He is the door. This is demonic. Smart dust is often discussed as a theoretical tool within transhumanism for bridging the gap between biological and digital systems. These microscopic sensors, sometimes referred to as neural dust, are envisioned as components of wireless mesh networks that could integrate the human biology to monitor or interface with various philosophical processes. Smart dust is considered a foundational technology in transhumanism. And they're spraying this on people without anybody's consent. Can Wells Fargo's smart dust patent work with Bill Gates' 060606 patent? These two patents could technically work together in theory. They describe completely different steps in a digital process. The Wells Fargo patent uses microscopic sensors or smart dust to gather biometric data like your face or voice and verify your identity for a bank payment. The Bill Gates patent, which is actually numbered WO 2020-060606, is a software that monitors your body activity like your heart rate and brain waves to reward you with cryptocurrency. And Wells Fargo's patent is for payment verification. Yes or no? Can smart dust identify individuals to withhold payment? Yes, in theory. And under emerging technology patents, smart dust can collect biometric data, capture imagery, and read acoustic or optical traits to identify individuals. This data can be compared to a user profile. You did something wrong, to authenticate and authorize transactions, or conversely, to block or withhold payments if the identity cannot be verified, or if you're put on a bad person little list. Smart dust RFID chip in the mark of the beast? Yes or no? Could RFID chip implants and smart dust be part of a two-factor authentication of a person's identity? Yes. Technically, both an implanted RFID chip and smart dust could be utilized in a multi-factor authentication, and we're moving towards that way now. In this theoretical security model, the implanted RFID chip could act as something you have, a physical token or credential, while the smart dust could act as something you are by capturing unique biometric or environmental data. Yes or no? Could an implanted RFID chip be some more secure authentication of a human? Yes, implanted RFID chips can provide more secure authentication for humans in specific contexts, particularly by serving as a form of a two-factor authentication that is physically bound to the user. Yes or no? Could smart dust and incorporated RFID and an incorporated digital ID create an environment where people can be denied access to money? And you know, they're all talking about digital ID. That's another huge video that I'm working on. By 2030, they want everybody to be in possession of a digital ID. Right now, it's on your phone. Yes, the combination of a microscopic sensor network, smart dust, and incorporated digital identity could technically create an infrastructure where individuals are tracked and restricted from accessing their own money. Could a digital ID evolve into an implanted RFID chip? Right now, they're on your phone, in your digital wallet. Yes, a digital ID could evolve into an implanted RFID or NFC chip, as the underlying technology is already a reality. Now, y'all look at that. Scientists create rice grain size micro batteries to power smart dust. Now, look what I found in this article. I went to that article and looked it up. Our work offers new technology to create on-chip micro batteries and is compatible with both on-chip processes and battery fabrication protocols. Scientists create rice grain sized micro batteries to power smart dust. Could that battery, that on-chip battery, could that battery be fitted to an implantable RFID chip in a human? Yes, these micro batteries can technically be integrated with implantable RFID chips. Y'all, what is this sounding like?
Last night I talked about my involvement in the development of a little microchip implant. And many people have already taken that microchip implant. The news media has talked about it being a good thing. And they will tell you that it's a good thing to have this. Your children won't ever get lost again. They won't be able to give you the wrong medication. They won't be able to, you won't be able to lose this thing. And so the plan is underway that you will receive it. I would be remiss if I came to you and didn't tell you that God's word says, don't you take it. No matter how nice they make it sound. Tonight in the Science of Technology, I'm going to be showing you some things. I want you to understand that there is a conditioning that is done in people.
Graphene-based nano antennas. Now, we heard about self-assembling. Where else have we heard about graphene-based? Graphene-based nano antennas may enable cooperating smart dust swarms. Where have we heard about graphene-based technology? Now, when you ask Google, did the COVID vaccine have graphene? No, COVID-19 vaccines did not contain graphene or graphene oxide. But when you go look at the patent from 2020, nano coronavirus recombinant vaccine taking graphene oxide as the carrier. So the patent says that it does have graphene. The new coronavirus vaccine contains graphene oxide. How is graphene involved with smart dust? Graphene makes smart dust viable. They got graphene in people. Graphene makes smart dust viable by providing ultra-thin materials for energy harvesting, communication, and locomotion at the micro scale. Graphene allows scientists to build nanoscale antennas, flexible microbatteries, and autonomous sensors that can drift in the air or swim in liquids. Purely hypothetical. If a person was injected with graphene, would that be an energy source for smart dust? In theory, yes. Graphene can act as a foundational energy source for the microscopic sensors or smart dust because it can harvest electrical energy directly from the body's natural thermal movement. Nanoscales, self-assembling, graphene oxide, and smart dust. And now smart dust being patented for financial transactions.
You know, I've said this before, but this is honestly the most dystopian thing we've seen in 2026. Wells Fargo, one of the largest banks in America, owns a patent for a technology they call smart dust. And it's a swarm of sensors so small that they can hang in the air around you and you would never see a single one of them. According to the patent, these sensors can be released into the air near you the moment you go to make a payment, and once they are floating around you, they can start reading your body. The patent says it can pick up your heart rate, your body temperature, your blood pressure, the sound of your voice, and even the shape of your face. And for any of that to truly work, the system has to compare it to a detailed profile of your body already sitting in a database somewhere. So the quiet assumption is that a company like Wells Fargo or another one would be holding a live map of your body and what it does. And if enough data matches, the payment simply goes through with no card, no PIN, and nothing in your hand at all. They will sell this as convenience, but what they are really describing is a world where the air around you decides what you are allowed to spend with your own money. But we have to realize that every dollar we spend is truly powerful. If you want to find
the global smart dust market will value at US dollars 0.2 billion in 2025 and is predicted to reach US dollars 0.7 billion by 2030 at a CAGR of 20.4 from 2026 to 2030. So it is growing. Yes or no? Could digital ID be dominant globally in 2030? Yes, driven by government rollouts and cybersecurity needs, digital identification apps are forecast to reach 6.2 billion global installations by 2030. So by 2030 could be very interesting. How could digital ID and smart dust be used together in finance? Now remember, digital ID can be evolving into an implantable RFID chip. How can that be used together in finance? Combining digital ID and smart dust creates a powerful, highly automated ecosystem where physical identity and real-world actions are seamlessly tethered. This integration could revolutionize the financial sector by providing frictionless security, autonomous payments, and hyper-personalized insurance and advanced anti-money laundering capabilities. Yes or no? If smart dust can read thoughts, can it then identify political enemies? Yes. If technology could reliably read and decode human thoughts, the data could be analyzed by artificial intelligence, biometrics, and behavioral profiling. This would allow any governing authority or system to identify the political affiliations, ideologies, and perceived enemies of individuals based directly on their cognitive activity. Y'all remember on Ghostbusters when Dan Aykroyd was trying to think of something spooky or whatever, and he manifested the Pillsbury Doughboy mind reading technology? And this is real life. They will know who is enemies of the state, who can make war with the beast. Hypothetically, could injected graphene in a person with self-assembly nanotechnology and smart dust be used to create transhumans? Hypothetically, yes. In speculative nanoscience and transhumanism, graphene with its highly conductivity and strength combined with smart dust and self-assembly nanotechnology serves as a theoretical foundation for human augmentation and cybernetic integration. They are moving humanity into transhumanism without letting them know. Why? Because the devil, the Bible says in Genesis, was the most subtle creature, deceptive, subtle, and moving all of humanity towards transhumanism. This takes discernment. Yes or no, in transhumanism, will AI or governments be able to read thoughts? Yes, using AI that Trump is promoting, that Trump unleashed AI on humanity by executive order, unrestrained, that Marjorie Taylor Greene had a problem with, and brain-computer interfaces, his friend Elon Musk, researchers are already decoding human brain activity into text and recognizing your inner speech. As this transhumanist technology advances, both governments and AI systems will have the capacity to monitor, interpret, and potentially access private thoughts. Hypothetically, since smart dust can read thoughts in a totalitarian regime, if someone did not worship the ruler, would they be able to be identified by their thoughts? Hypothetically, the Antichrist? If a totalitarian regime used smart dust, such as neural dust, for mind reading, the system would likely detect non-compliance. Non-compliance? Yes or no, theoretically, could injected graphene in a human and smart dust be used to create the Internet of Bodies? Yes, theoretically, graphene and smart dust could act as a foundational components for the Internet of Bodies. Graphene is a highly conductive, biocompatible nanomaterial often used in biosensors and brain-computer interfaces, while smart dust consists of microscopic wireless microelectromagnetical sensors.
An optofluidic channel model for in vivo nanosensor networks in human blood. In vivo wireless nanosensor networks, IWNSNs, consist of nano-sized communicating devices with unprecedented sensing and actuation capabilities.
2025, DPOR, a data priority-based opportunity routing protocol for intra-body nano networks. Abstract, the improvement of nanocommunication technology has promoted intra-body medical applications. With the advancement of nano devices and terahertz communication technology, the performance of intra-body nano networks has been continuously enhanced, making the remote medical data transmission a reality.
I am Azad, and today I will be telling you about the wireless body area network and how it applies to the Internet of Things. First of all, let me give a brief definition of the wireless body area network. Wireless body area network is a short-range wireless network of wearable computing devices. Wireless body area network devices may be embedded inside the body as implants, may be surface-mounted on the body in a fixed position, or may be accompanied devices that humans can carry in different positions, such as in closed pockets, by hand, or in various bags.
Yes or no? Is smart dust part of the wireless body area network in the Internet of Things? Yes. Smart dust acts as a miniature network of sensors when used for health applications. These microscopic devices function as specialized subset within the wireless body area network.
If we talk in the context of the Internet of Things, these implanted sensors and wearable devices are the things from the Internet of Things, whereas wireless body area network is the glue folding these implanted sensors and wearable devices together.
And John F. Kennedy, God forbid, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. just said that within 4 years, he said this last year, he wanted every American to have wearable devices that can monitor.
Wireless body area networks can be described as an extension of wide area networks to personal space. The wireless body area networks can be further categorized as 1. In-body communications that occur between two or more devices inside a human body. This communication is mostly between implanted medical sensors. 2.
And he said wireless embedded medical sensors. The FDA has already proved implantable RFID chips in humans for medical reasons. So it's going to come in as a medically needed device. And then it can build on financial.
Body communication.
The FDA approved the first implantable human RFID microchip known as the VeriChip in October 2004. The grain of rice-sized device was primarily marketed to help medical staff quickly identify patients. Could the FDA-approved implanted RFID chip, approved initially for medical, expand for implantable payment system? Technically, yes. The underlying technology used in implantable RFID chips can be adapted for contactless payments. The legal authority for them to do this is already in place. Yes or no? Could an intrabody of network inside a human body information be retrieved from an RFID chip implant? Yes, an implanted RFID chip can be scanned by a compatible external reader to retrieve specific information. Since Wells Fargo may use smart dust for financial transactions, could other banks also? Yes, other banks could theoretically use smart dust for financial transactions. A patent assigned to Wells Fargo outlines how these tiny sensors could collect biometric and identifying data during payments. Yes or no? Is fintech the future of banking? Yes, fintech is the driving force behind the future of banking. Yes or no? Can smart dust be utilized in the future of banking in fintech? Yes, smart dust microscopic wireless sensors can be utilized in fintech, particularly for biometric payment authentication, fraud prevention, and secure access control. So your money is going to be connected to your behavior, which can be monitored or restricted by government compliance. Yes or no, could smart dust enforce political compliance? Yes, theoretically, smart dust could be used as an enforcement tool for political compliance, as it is highly effective as surveillance mechanism tracking movement and identifying dissenters. Yes or no, could smart dust info be transmitted by an implanted RFID chip? Yes. Specialized microscopic sensors, often called smart dust or neural dust, can transmit data wirelessly to external readers using RFID frequency energy harvesting, the fundamental principle of RFID. Is this sounding biblical? And he causeth all to receive a mark? Is this sounding biblical? And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. We are truly, truly marching towards prophecy being unveiled, fulfilled. We are truly, truly marching towards the mark of the beast. Y'all keep y'all's heart set on Jesus. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. If you appreciate the content that you find on this channel, would you prayerfully consider supporting the ministry?